Hi everyone, I'm Padmalaya. Welcome to Mariposa Mandalas. Today's project I'm going to show you is about journaling with art, and the subject is childhood song memories. I thought of this idea spontaneously while I was just going about some ordinary chores of my day, and I think this was also brought about partly because I've been trying to cut down somewhat my time I'm spending on my cell phone. So I think my brain kind of opened up to some other kinds of activity, which was really fun for me. And I wanted to pass that along and share it with you through an art project. And so if you think about your childhood, and if you spend some time contemplating this, or maybe very quickly, you might remember some songs from your childhood. So for this project, think of one song that you have. I encourage you to think of one that you have a good memory of, and we're going to play with that idea. The one, I'll tell you mine after we do our warm-up scribble. How would that be? So as always, I like to do the warm-up scribble, and I'm turning my paper vertically, but I usually turn it horizontally. I'm really doing it mainly because I feel like you can see better. It fits the frame better. So I'm going to kind of visually cut off the bottom, but also leave that as a space where if I want to write something on there, I can, and maybe make it more of a square. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to kind of play with this as an idea spontaneously. I encourage you to play and be spontaneous with your ideas and your creativity. So the way we do this is make a border, go around, and just flow. You keep your marker flat on the paper, don't lift it up, and just go fast and move, 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 flow, flow, flow. I like to go from a corner to a corner, and that's just to get warmed up. So then we take another paper and we're going to do the mandala on this paper. So for mine, the song I thought of is a pretty old song, and I think it would be considered in the category of a folk song. And I don't know if anybody has heard of it, so let me know. Comment at the bottom of the video if you remember this song or have heard it. It's actually, I'm not sure of the title. It's called Playmate, Come Out and Play With Me. And it goes, let's see if I can remember it right. Oh, playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. We'll climb my apple tree, slide down my rain barrel into my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. There might be another chorus to that, but that's all I remember, and I'm not sure I have it even accurate, or if there is one version of accurate, but that's one of the songs that came to my mind, and I thought it's sort of a fun, cheerful, happy song in my memory, and it feels that way to me now. So that's the song I'm going to go with. And somehow, because it's music, I chose black to start because I'm going to do something in the middle, but I'm going to make my border. I like to start with the border. You can end by doing a border or not doing a border at all. But for this one, I'm going to make a little squiggly border. This type of line, just use lines and colors or shapes that seem to go with your idea, what feels right for you. And so I'm going to make my circle black. I also like how this might show up for you. And remember to move from your shoulder. See how I'm moving from my shoulder? when you make your motion and kind of go around a couple times before you actually do it. I think that helps. You don't need to do this, but it helps for me. So I'm going to go around here, and we're not worrying about being perfect. As you can see, that's very not perfect right there, but it doesn't matter. So I thought of making a couple musical notes in the middle of my mandala. I never did actually study music, so I'm not super familiar with this, but of course I've seen these things. And I think I'm gonna make some dots. Dots feel playful to me around the edge. I'm big on borders, as you can see, but make sure you do yours however you want, what's right for you. You know, I was thinking about the black and white too. I guess that kind of reminds me of, you know, the old days. Black and white was not, I'm not that old, but sometimes there were still some cartoons that were black and white, or somehow it just makes me think of, you know, old times. And I think that song, I have to look it up, might be a very old song. So somehow that seemed fitting to me. But I want to add some more playful elements, so I'm just going to do some squiggly lines for playfulness and add some other, I think I'll do some spiral. Try to make it fixed so you guys can see it. And let's see, how about some, well, you know what? Let me make this one. So I like presenting it this way for you because you don't need to spend a lot of time to do this. You can definitely get more involved and more careful and spend a little more time if you want, but you don't need to. So let's see here. I'm just gonna make some dots with the yellow. I'm sure you've probably heard my cat meow. It's not the one who's been in some of my other videos. He's an older cat I have. And he's kind of talkative. So I hope some of you are cat people. They're my assistants. So let me see, I think I will also add, maybe he wants to get in the video. Although I feel like sometimes old cats are a little fussy just for no particular reason. So here's my representation of the song, Playmate, Come Out and Play With Me. And let's remember that I think it's important and helpful, again, you don't have to do this if you don't want, to put a title. So I'm just going to put Playmate, let's see, or how about Play With Me? With Me song. And the date, it is February 2022. And let's see, I want to say this is fun, cheerful, and a good memory. Oh, and you know what this reminded me of? Some of you may remember this or have heard of it. When I was a child, sometimes there were cartoons that had songs included in them, and they had this bouncing ball. They would show the lyrics and the bouncing ball would go along with the words they were singing. And that memory came back to me as I was getting ready to do this project and thinking of it. So there might be some memories that come back to you that hopefully are good memories. I will, for those of you who remember, but also really for those of you who don't, I will post a link to a song that is on YouTube. I looked it up. There are some of those on YouTube if you want to look them up, but I'll put one in the comments so you can see what I'm talking about. And they were just sort of a fun thing about cartoons from when I was a child. And I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know. I could be wrong. So let me know in the comments if you like this idea and if you remember the songs with the bouncing ball, or you think that's kind of interesting, or whatever you'd like to share. I'm also interested to hear any other project ideas that you have in case you happen to have something you want to share. So that's it for today. Thank you for being here, and have fun when you try this project. Take care, everyone. Namaste.